What's up, everybody? King of Fomo here, coming at you with your daily crypto update. So first thing I'm going to mention is my Telegram channel might actually be changing. I'm seriously considering starting a Patreon and having a semi-paid chat for crypto, and we'll get into the reasons why in a second. But one of the main problems is, especially since this Dogecoin hype and we have a lot of new people in crypto and a lot of just new coins coming out, when you offer things for free, you get a crap ton of garbage shoveled in your face every single day. And that's kind of what's happening with my Telegram, which is making it a little bit harder for me to have good conversations and find good stuff. So I think that having a paid chat might actually help a little bit. I'd rather have 2 or 3 messages a day of good stuff rather than having hundreds and hundreds of messages of crap. So you can also follow my TikTok channel, which was listed right there on the screen as well. Today in this video, we're going to be talking about VFAT and yield farming. Yield farming is indeed back, baby. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of really, really profitable stuff to jump in on in Polygon. Now, granted, a lot of this stuff still contains a lot of risk, so it's not risk-free whatsoever, no matter what you're seeing in these numbers. Don't start mathing it out in your head. Always be aware that when we have things like Adamant.finance, which is a I think million or close to $1 billion website collapse and go to zero overnight, all these other websites can do the same thing, either maliciously or accidentally. But that being said, a lot of these yield farms that we're going to talk about here today that have been listed on VFAT in the past couple of days are extremely profitable. And that's kind of the second prong about why I want to do a paid chat via Patreon or something. I'll probably honestly have it done by next video. But the reason why is because a lot of times when I make a video or when other YouTubers make videos about a yield farm that has come out recently, it will get over bloated really quickly because everyone's going to see it and jump in on it all at once. And it really just destroys the APY and it destroys the profits, the potential profits that I can make from it and that you can make from it, because it grows at an inorganic, super fast rate and kind of pumps and dumps. So I think that, again, having a paid chat or having something where I can talk about this stuff publicly without destroying the price or destroying the APY, I think would be very, very helpful for myself and other people who are interested in seriously looking at these yield farms. So without further ado, let's get straight to it. We're going to continue off where we left off last time we talked about VFAT. First of all, Polygon still doing pretty well. This is a farm that, again, I'm careful not to overhype these things because I don't want to destroy my own APY as well as yours, but this is one that I went pretty deep into and it paid off very, very well. The APR is about 350% on WBTC, a 1% per day. It's been close to about 2% per day over the past couple days. Recouping your deposit fee has been really easy in Polygon. The price of the Polygon coin has been double of what it is right here. So if you're selling the farming proceeds at the right time, you can get a profit of about maybe 4 to 7% daily, depending on when you're selling your token. So Polygon is actually still working out pretty nicely overall. This one has a total value locked of, let's see here, total value locked of $37 million. So again, a lot of these farms, they do good in the beginning, and like that's kind of the key. You want to find them before they go viral, and I can't really offer that to you guys in video format, because if I'm telling you about it, then everyone's already learned about it and it's already semi gone viral. Not to say that I'm huge like other YouTubers, but I want to avoid that. The next up, we have Polyroll. So Polyroll, I want to call it a dev honeypot, but it's a little bit different. So it does offer some things that are a little different here. It's been out for a few days and it hasn't really caught on. $398,000 total value locked. It may grow depending on if they kind of follow through with some of the other stuff they have here, but depends on also what people's interests are with the Polyroll token. So Polyroll is up and running. You guys can check this one out. Maybe you can make some comparisons. That's another good thing when you're watching my videos. Make a comparison based on when I launched the video compared to what you're looking at the current moment. Is the total value locked? Is the price different, up or down? That can tell you whether or not the project is growing or dying. Next up is Firebird. So Firebird.finance And this is where we kind of get it, like, unlike my last VFAT update, in this one, a lot of stuff is doing really well. We don't have a whole ton of dev honeypots. So Firebird.finance has some pretty darn good APRs here. Now, granted, they were better, obviously, a few days ago. We have 123% for the Matic USD pool, for the Matic... what is this, native token Matic Hope, we have 636%. Always be careful with these though when you're doing the native token, because the native token can drop faster than your APR can give you the tokens. So Firebird might overall be going down, but nonetheless they do have a total value locked of $24 million. So that is to say has been a success since it has launched. So we'll see if it continues to do that or if the price goes up or down. Just again, compare it to when you're watching this video. I released this video on June 23rd. If that helps you out, you guys can look at the timestamp if you need to look any further than that. Next up is Polycrystal. So Polycrystal is another one that's surprisingly doing really well. So when we're in the multi-million dollars of total value locked, that tells you that it is doing pretty darn good. Now, granted, I haven't done that much research on a lot of these coins. I'm kind of looking at these for the first or second time as of me talking right now. So do your own research as to the risk factor and whether or not these numbers are accurate. But Polycrystal sitting at $31 million total value locked. So again, that's really stinking good. And if we compare that, we look at some of the mines here, some of the farms that they have here. USDT Matic, which is a pretty stable pair right there, only has a deposit fee of 2%, which is pretty darn low, like honestly. And on top of that, you're getting an APR of 2%, 2.82% daily. So you're going to recoup that deposit fee in less than a day. And then you get profits from then on out in crystal tokens, and you can go ahead and sell those crystal tokens or hold them if you think the price is going to go up. So Crystal doing extremely well as of when it's launched. You can look at a lot of the other pools they have here. Some of the APRs are better, but honestly, a lot of these APRs are really good. A lot of deposit fees are really good as well as in low. So check out all this stuff. And I think one of the things that Polycrystal is doing, if I'm not mistaken, I think they're adding new pools every single day. And a lot of the old pools are expiring every single day as well. So that's kind of what makes Polycrystal a little bit unique, and I think why people are gravitating towards it. Current value of the crystal token is $8.29. Compare that to what you're seeing right now on the website. Next up, and again, if you guys are looking for these websites, I'm not going to post the link to these websites below. I'll probably have the link to Vfat. Vfat has all of the websites right here for you. Next up is Carousel Swap. So Carousel Swap looks like a dev honeypot farm. We talked about what that means in the last video if you guys want to look into that. They do have referrals here too, so just be careful when you're watching other YouTubers or people talk about this. It might be because they want to get that 1% referral fee from everyone, which can make it extremely profitable for them, but not so profitable for everyone else. Farming does start in one day. I could be wrong, but it doesn't really look like this offers anything different than any other dev honeypot farm. They have a TVL of $2,000 locked right now, but that's just because the farm hasn't started. It'll probably be up by the time you're looking at this, but nonetheless, I would stay away from it because it's not the type of farm that I like to jump in on. Some people, a little more degen, like to jump in on this stuff, make a quick profit and get out. It's a little too risky for me. Next up is Polygame. So Polygame is another one that's been performing extremely well over the past couple days. It's only been out for the past couple days. You guys can look at this guy, this rug doctor right here. He's pretty good at looking at some of these contracts to make sure that there's nothing too malicious going on. Now, take it with a grain of salt. You can still have malicious stuff in the code. You can still have some sketchy stuff going on. Make sure you just do your research on that as well, and don't count that as this is 100% gonna be okay. Moving on from there, we can get into some of the APRs here with the Polygame. So Polygame has some pretty good APRs. Again, you're looking at 1,000%, 11,000% for the native token pair, 8,000% for the native token singular farming. But these are really good APRs. Again, you have a 4% deposit fee for the majority of these pools, but you are going to be able to recoup that in 1 or 2 days. And again, if the price of the Polygame token goes up, then you might be able to recoup that even faster. But I've been looking at this number for the majority of the day. The total value lock has been going up, which means that the price of their coin usually goes up with the total value locked, but depending on if people are just going to scalp the token by using these pairs. But a lot of times when you have that 4% fee, it's going to boost the price of the token if the dev is using that 4% fee to boost the price of the token. So that's another whole topic we can talk about when to buy these things and when to avoid them. But Polygame is, a lot of people have actually said that Polygame has worked out nicely for them. Adamant vaults. Now, this is one that I actually have to do a little bit more research on. I don't know too much about how this works, but Adamant currently has $269 million total value deposited into Adamant. So they have, like you can see the millions of dollars here. A lot of just native pairs, like common native pairs, Bitcoin, Ethereum, QuickSwap, Matic, ETH USDT, and they have some pretty solid APYs. Again, they're not in the thousands of percent, but people are more than willing to lock in. If you have $3 million in the particular pair and the APY is still 430%, that's some pretty darn good APY. So they have a lot of pairs here. You guys can look at this on your own, and they do something I think here called auto compounding, which can increase your profits even more if you're in here. So definitely do your own research on this. I'm not going to give you a full overview of Adamant, but a lot of people seem to be loving this if they're putting in $270 million worth of deposited value. So Adamant is one to take a look at. So not too many dev honeypots, I'm glad to say, but we are going to get to a dev honeypot right here. So this is the honest work.farm. So a lot of times these jokey coins, they are what they are. They're jokes. So we have honest network farm, $20,000 total value locked. I don't know if it's going to go much higher than this. This is going to be your risky move, honestly. Like when I say dev honeypot, I mean dev honeypot. These are generally just websites and coins that benefit the dev 100% and benefit the people 5%. So proceed at your own risk with that one. 50 Cent Network. This one looks kind of unique. Again, this is one that I have to do more research on myself personally because they have a lot of different parts in here that I don't 100% understand. But they have a boardroom here, which has certain APR. So I'm not going to pretend and stumble my way through trying to explain this. You guys can research it on your own, but we can take a look at the total value lock, $6 million, which is not too shabby in the beginning of the stage right here. It could actually go up a lot more depending on if these other aspects of the website are good. But they do have some farms here that have some pretty good APYs on the stable pairs. The Matic pair has a total value locked of $1 million. People are trusting us with about $6 million, and mainly just the stable coin pairs, not stable coin pairs, but the singular pairs, USDC, Ethereum, and Matic. And their APRs are okay. 100%, not too shabby, especially since they don't have, I don't think they have a fee in here, which is to me a little bit of a red flag. It means that the price of the coin can dump pretty quickly. But if you're looking for some free 50-cent coins, if you think that this thing does have some potential after you research their boardroom, bond, and governance inside of it, maybe look at their documentation, then this could be a coin that you might want to farm and keep, or farm and sell, depending on how you look at it and how much you're putting in. And finally, we have Polycubin, and to me, this looks like another dev honeypot. So this one's launching in a day, so there's not really too much total value locked, but I wouldn't do it personally. You might want to, but I don't. So that is all of the new farms on Vfat. And again, be sure to look out in my Telegram channel. That's probably one of the last couple posts I'm going to do in there. I'll probably just keep it there for free use, but honestly, a lot of the juicy stuff, the good stuff, I'm probably going to keep on my Patreon once I start making that. So again, if you're serious about looking at some of these Polygon stuff and doing some of this yield farming early, that will be helpful. It will probably be a Discord and not a Telegram. But we'll set all that up later. Catch you guys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys are doing in the comments section. What are you guys jumping in on? What are you guys farming? Peace out.